Hello, hello.
We're back.
Yeah, we are. Another week. And
episode 80?
I
thought
know.
last week was episode 80.
No, episode 79.
Okay. Well, clearly, if it's not 80,
You know what? Your brother's in charge of the numerical evaluation. So
oh man, I hope he's wrong. Just go roasting.
How great would that be? I do like that somehow in his mind, like, I don't know if he's just picked up the vibe or what it is, but as we get closer to episode 100, like the titles get more and more ominous.
I do like to hold my mic.
Hold my mic. He's like, guys, what's going on here? It's so good, man. It's so good. Good evening, everyone. Jason, Ryan, Travis. How are we all doing, guys? This is fantastic. I always get excited to see everybody's wonderful what's the
Screen
word I'm looking?
names.
Yeah, but not even screen name. What's the little like emoticons or whatever? I just lost it. Little pictures, whatever. You know what I'm saying. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube emblems, whatever. Logos even sometimes. Ooh, guys, I'm struggling.
You're sounding old tonight. Be careful.
Oh, buddy. I am reminded regularly by both students that I deal with at the university and my employees and your sister that I am ancient.
Molly's really good at that. It's kind of mean.
It's hurtful.
We could get back at her next week when she's on the show.
I can't wait. Yeah, no, she is savage, and I've thought about crying a couple of times. So, but you know what? It'll be all right. We're gonna get through it.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Chase looks like he just drank a monster. He's getting ready to beat his wife. Half of that is true. He definitely is getting ready to beat his wife.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't hit
classic.
Abby. He doesn't hit classic wife beating joke. He does not beat Abby. Does she beat him? Yes. And she bullies him in the meanest of ways.
I was going to say, if anyone's bullied or abused, like, I always make sure the house is clean. I cook. I mean, I think
here it is.
I think I'm the one that's abused, you know?
It's a hard plight for the young, straight white male.
Here we go.
Oh, it's so hard.
Here we go. Buddy.
I love
it. Enjoy
so
your
much.
Lisa Frank shoes.
I will. It's my month, buddy. It's my month.
Yes.
I get to wear my shoes and my Lisa Franks.
I tried to find a picture of the Lisa Franks shoes, and I was going to Photoshop your month with it.
That's amazing. So many people say they're so proud of how brave I am. I don't think they don't know I'm not gay, but it's okay. I'll take the attention anyway.
I'm confused for it a lot, apparently.
Only at snake shows, because snake breeders apparently really have a hard time differentiating that wearing colorful shoes does not mean you're gay. I don't know what it is about them, but they really struggle with that aspect.
Your shoes literally have rainbows on them, like
consistently
all over.
Straight men can wear rainbow shoes. Thank you very much.
You know what's crazy is
yes,
a lot of guys saw the snake, the Japanese snake shirt we have.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, it's pink. I'm not gonna wear that.
Yeah.
There's pink on it. I'm not gonna wear it.
Well,
and it was an interesting.
We can get into the best of the week real fast on mine, which happens to have pink on the side, so clearly I'm not afraid. Guys, as we're all aware, I am a avid watch connoisseur and turns out a Croc connoisseur. You would know that if y'all have seen the extensive collection of Crocs I also own.
It's also disturbing.
Turns out I was able to mesh the two together, and G-Shock and Crocs came together. Let's see if this will focus for me. Please focus. And made a G-Shock Croc watch. I'm not saying it's the best purchase I've ever made, but it's not the worst. So I'm pretty excited about that.
I mean, it's a solid base with the Casio G-Shock, though. So
it's great, right? It's great. Worst of the week, my baby gecko died. I don't know if I'm allowed to have tiny animals. I don't know. I just like Monday morning, it was looking a little thin, and it's almost impossible to tell if they're actually eating because you give them so little food. Yeah. So I bought them a bunch of insects to try and get them hyped up, and yeah, I found them dead this morning. So guys, I'm not doing well with tiny creatures. I can keep really snakes alive great, but the tadpoles and this baby gecko, I might be the angel of death. It's not good.
I'm always impressed with people who can like really do well with really sensitive like
Yeah.
lizards and geckos, and
I
I do ball pythons for a
I'm
reason.
so jealous. Like I've been messaging Herp Time and just trying to get some insight from him on how, because I mean they do
Yeah,
it on
yeah.
a massive scale, and so he's been giving me some pointers and some tips and stuff. But yeah, I don't really know what happened. It was doing great. It seemed to be doing great for a month or so, and then all of a sudden just crashed within a few days. So that was
Yeah,
a bummer.
I'm so glad we had him on. And guys, if you've not listened to the Herp Time episode or
Yeah.
watched it, you should watch it because it is cool with him walking through some of his parts of his facility.
Yeah.
Just a cool guy. I love watching his Instagram reels. He
Oh
does
my god,
so
he's so
well.
good. We might
Yes.
have him back on again
We
before we
probably
end. That
should,
w Yeah, we
honestly.
should. That was a great episode, and he was really insightful, and it was new species, and yeah, that was good stuff. Real fast, Ryan, first time hatchling racks, what do you guys recommend? I use CS, sea serpents, CS
So
serpents.
it's late.
God, yeah, words are hard, guys. I use sea serpents. They're fantastic. Chris can make custom like heights if you need it. He generally said he doesn't expand the width because something with spacers and it doesn't always work out well. But heights he can adjust for you. Depth he can adjust for you. So I like that. Y'all use animal plastics or vision?
Yes, we have animal plastics racks
Yeah.
in our hatchling area. I also say, I mean, my wife has a sea serpents rack upstairs. So
Okay. Yeah.
Chris also fantastic guy to go to.
Yeah.
We see what Chris does at a lot of US Arc auctions, and I always like to support people who support us. And he's an
Yeah.
amazing guy.
Yeah, I think you know, I like the racks Justin has. I've been tempted a few times to get them. I just never pull the trigger because I think those you have to assemble, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
some assembly required. You have to
Okay.
completely assemble
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, I'm out.
It will tear your fingers apart because there's like CNC machined grooves for the heat tape.
Yeah.
So you've got to build the
Oh,
rack
that's
in a
right, yeah.
specific way, and then you've got to feed all the heat
Feed
tape
all
and
through.
then
It's terrible.
bend it and get it in there, but it cuts
Yeah.
underneath your fingernails the whole time. Yeah,
No,
it takes like 2-3 hours to make sure it's done perfectly.
I'm not sure what the setting would be for me to switch over to those at this point. I am about to buy new racks, so I might look at it. But y'all use the wider hatchling tubs, right? Y'all don't use the real thin
No,
breeders?
yeah. We use the is
It's
the
CB5,
tins.
10, CB10, CV10.
I mean, we're using Freedom Reader tubs in them.
Yeah, but it's the FB10 or whatever.
Yeah, the FB10. We use the ones with the holes, so
Yeah.
it helps with humidity big time. I definitely recommend that.
How many wide can your racks hold? Is it 2 or 3?
3. Well,
So even
we've got it's both. So we have to fit everything through the room because it's so kind of precision made. There's a couple racks that just hold 2 tubs wide that are like in cap racks, but then the rest of them all hold 3. We haven't used them personally, but the new ARS hatchling racks also looked really, really good. Seeing those in person.
Yeah, I bought 2 of them and I no longer have 2 of them.
Really?
Yeah, so a couple of things. One, they're not as space efficient as I would like.
Yeah, that's one thing we're kind of running into. We're just wondering if we can get custom ones where and we go so high in our facility.
Yeah. I mean, if I were y'all, I wouldn't be getting new racks. I would be switching from the fat tubs to the thin tubs. Just doing the FB5s. You can keep a ball python in there longer than you think, I promise. I
Further patch with yearlings.
We have breeder males in there. No, I mean you can, unless they're hatchlings that have really stuck around and just aren't selling. Like most of my hatchlings never outgrow those tubs. So you know, that's the only. I mean, I know some people don't like them just because snakes outgrow them fairly quick, but
I kind of like just having that little bigger tub because it's so nice to really just be able to feed hard our holdbacks in those as they move through the room before they transition to the yearling racks, because we only have the 2 yearling racks, so we try to keep it really limited. So that's why those tubs go a long way for us.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I actually set up all of my holdbacks in the fat tubs right off the bat, and they stay like all of the stuff that's definitely getting sold starts on the right side and goes in numerical order, and then all of the 100% no questions asked holdbacks all go at the very end of the rack. in the bigger tubs. That way, like the same thing you're talking about, right? You can feed heavy, you can grow, you don't have to change out that tub until the very last minute, right?
Yeah.
And then all of the for sale stuff just stays in the FB5s. And I mean, everybody has their system. I might look at the Animal Plastics. I like that they go a little bit wider with like what you're calling 3 wides on the FB10s.
Yeah.
But I don't know how the math works on putting FB5s in there because it's not a perfect like 2-to-1. So like on the 2 wides, you can fit 3 FB5s comfortably. So on a 3, I don't know if you can fit 5 in, which then kind of defeats the purpose. And anyway, this is a lot more probably than Ryan really wanted. But
hey, Ryan, you're getting it in detail, my man.
These are the struggles that if you scale or need space, these are actual conversations you have to have too, because I'm having to get custom made ones from Chris that are much taller than normal because I can't really go wider, but I can go taller, right? It's kind of the same problem y'all have.
Yeah, we do. It's 20 levels at 3 wide, so you can hold 60 hatchlings per rack.
So mine is So to give you an idea, so right now mine is I can hold 50. What is it? It's normally 24, 24. I think I can hold 52 in it right now at the current height, which is not full height. And then once it's done, it'll be like 72, I think. Something crazy like that. But that's the FB5s, not the FB10s. So that's the difference. But that's in an 18-inch footprint, essentially. Like
that's the thing. They're so space efficient. It's amazing.
And that's the nice thing versus the ARS rack. So the ARS rack, we had 15 levels, I think. I think we could do 150. And in that same space, we could do 150. I can do like 300 or 400 with the plastic racks. So Freedom Breeder just came out with a new hatchling rack as well.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So they have a new one with some new hatchling rack tubs. It's like FB5s, but a little bit fatter. And I didn't love it, but I definitely see a use for it. The rack that I need to reach out to Julie and ask her, I don't know if you ever saw this rack. It was a full-blown custom rack that they did for Fireball or the Bells, whoever had it at the time. It was essentially a Freedom Breeder metal framing system and then like a PVC plastic like slot system where each tub had its own slot, and it held like 1 million tubs in a Freedom Breeder footprint. It was crazy.
No, I didn't see that.
I will look for some old pictures, or I might even just text Jeremy and ask him if he has one still, because that was there, and it held the FB5 tubs though, and that was the one that was just like spectacular. And actually, Jason just said it. I think that one was heated with back heat as well, which is why they were also able to be like super space efficient with. Which I'm not opposed to back heat. I know some people don't love it. I don't think with hatchlings it matters that much as long as there's a temperature gradient. So I've always, all of my hognose racks, they use back heat.
Yeah.
So, and hognose is like a little toastier, so it's fine. And once again, more info than you probably wanted, Ryan, but there you go, my man.
All we know how to do is deep dive.
That's it. That's all.
There's no middle ground.
Somebody talks to Chase and I, we're just like, we just go deep, so deep. So Travis uses Animal Plastics with that gentle transition.
Yeah, that was gentle, all right.
Yeah, so gentle. I put 8 together in my finger. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yep.
That sounds
I put 4 together one time. This was years and years ago at the old facility, but it was in the middle of the summer and I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, I'm just gonna pop my shirt off and tan while I'm doing this. Oh
yeah, dude, how much sunburn did you get?
It was so bad. It was like the worst sunburn I'd ever had.
Oh,
and I was just putting on aloe for like 2 weeks straight. Just blisters all over my back. Destroyed myself.
So quick little tangent on that. I had my first sunburn a couple years ago, so I've never actually had like a full-blown sunburn. I've always tolerated the sun pretty well. It's my Native American heritage, no big deal.
Oh, here we
go. Here we go. I am oppressed
from one month to another.
Just have to gently transition. Anyway, I got my first ever sunburn. It was brutal. It was probably a normal person sunburn, but for me, it was brutal. So Amelia's like, just go get aloe. And I was like, okay. And so I got the aloe with lidocaine in it. Because obviously I thought I was dying and I needed the pain relieving aloe. It turns out I'm allergic to lidocaine.
Really?
I put it on. I actually thought I was going to die. I've never experienced a pain greater than sunburn plus like reaction to lidocaine. I was curled up, like just visibly like shaking in the shower as I'm rinsing the stuff. Oh, it was so bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was rough. All of that to say, I don't fuck with the sun really anymore because one sunburn and you're done.
You're like Howie from Benchwarmers.
I am.
That's a deep cut.
Yes,
I hope people get that reference.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's so good. Yes, I also do eat the sunscreen. It's fine. No big deal. I love it.
I like when you get the plastic sword and goes out for the Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
Ashley, what's up?
Ashley, hello. I saw Ashley was once again out begging people to follow the show. Let's see if she made any headway.
Actually, more important with Ashley, how was Metallica?
Oh, touche. That is way more important.
How was behind the scenes? Hopefully that was worth it and awesome.
Yeah, no, that was way more important. Okay, so last week we were actually down 2 subscribers, and this week we're up 7. We're at 909, guys. 91 to go. We got this. Things are getting serious. Yeah, Ashley, you need to let us know how things go. Tracy, yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was brutal. It was not a win. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend. Anyway.
Oh, this weekend. Okay.
Oh, I thought it was this week, last weekend.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Okay. I expect all of the pictures, and if you can get any band member to say something nice about Late to the Mic.
Oh my gosh.
That would be great. I'm
Patrick,
just saying.
You're the worst.
Look, I have so little in life, Chase. I have so little. So little. I just need this. I need something. Oh, buddy, how was your week? Best and worst. What you got?
Honestly, it's been a great week. Best of the week, probably the family got into town today. Yeah. So part of the family, not the whole family, but there we go.
Yeah, you're back.
Internet crapped out, but yeah. So part of the fam came down for the weekend. I'm going to run up Currahee Mountain for D-Day weekend. D-Day's tomorrow, so make sure you watch Band of Brothers. Everybody, enjoy it. Be thankful.
Is that a tradition that we should all be observing?
Buddy, that is a tradition you should be observing. Oh. If you don't watch the first 2 episodes of Band of Brothers on D-Day, disservice.
So for each like national holiday, do you have a movie you do? Like Fahrenheit 9/11 in September?
Oh, Jesus. Wow, JT is about to go through your wall like the Kool-Aid man and just eliminate you.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute, Ashley. I did not decline your Facebook request. That is not true.
Buddy.
Hold on. That is absolutely not true because out of guilt alone, I would have added you.
Wow. Well, I love you. Genuinely, Ashley.
Hold on. I reject a lot. I do not believe I rejected you, Ashley. One moment. This is going to be real awkward. How do I look at friends? My friends? Your friends?
In Patrick's defense, he also can't use social media. That's why he did have Molly. So
shut up, Case. I don't know how to look at people that want to add me. I'm going to be honest.
Will,
it may not be that I've declined you. I assure you I haven't declined you because I normally don't decline. I just don't
know how Troy's live went. Will just said Troy's live's over, so he can fully focus on.
Yes, he did tell me he was going on at 9. And like a good friend, I watched it for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I did. Can you not look at like friend requests?
Oh my God, Patrick! No one wants to watch you be ancient right now.
Okay, look, you can keep talking. I can talk while I try and defend myself.
Okay, more importantly, yes, D-Day is tomorrow. Watch the first episode of Band of Brothers. It's called Currahee. I'm running up that mountain on Saturday for a race for their remembrance. It raises money for the museum, and it's the hardest 10K in Georgia.
Oh, okay. See, that's all good information. I have never watched Band of Brothers.
a big sad, but
I'm sorry.
it's almost like you're gonna be at my house and I'll just force you to do it, but it's fine.
In case anybody's wondering, I have 363 friend requests waiting. I have not rejected anything, so let's go in here and deal with that. Oh look, I did not deny Ashley Fry. Hold on, this is gonna zoom in. I just haven't confirmed it. She is at the top of the list though. So
I'd probably go ahead and confirm it then why she's here.
I confirmed.
Yes,
and I just sent a
319.
wave. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people on here. Why do Snake like there's a lot of people here. You know what? Only Ashley gets added. Sorry, everyone else.
Oh my gosh.
That's the way it goes.
I typically only accept people that I know in person, like that
Yeah.
I've met, we've talked, because it's kind of odd just to be accepting every single person from the internet on like my family, the Facebook page I share with my family.
Yeah. I as it's clear, I don't really accept a lot. I don't actually use Facebook a ton at all. I'm on there occasionally because my mother doesn't know how to use other social media platforms.
That's why I'm on there.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a theme for like
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
They've got one platform. Don't push them further.
That's it. Don't get them into Instagram. That's a whole problem. They're comfortable with like one portion of Zuckerberg's internet, not the other. So it's fine. Oh my God. I love that. I'm proud to say I am followed, give people my participation trophy. There you go. I like it.
Will, you've got it.
Yeah, I love that so much. Oh, that's good stuff. All right. So yeah, so Band of Brothers. Do you have any other traditions for D-Day?
No. I always just love running the mountain. Like that's it. It's so cool because little tiny Toccoa, Georgia. All these guys trained right here before jumping into Europe. I mean, it's kind of fascinating. Of all places I ended up, it was right here.
That's cool. Yeah, that is
essentially
cool.
birthplace of the airborne.
Will has something to say to you, Chase. It turns out you're not following him.
Oh,
this is awkward.
Well, it'll be fixed. Don't worry.
Do we think that Chase is following Aura? That's the real question here. I know he receives messages from me, so I think he's following me.
I send messages to Aura, so I'm pretty sure I'm safe there. That'd be awkward if I've just been sending you messages, but I don't follow you the entire time.
You wouldn't be the only one. I don't think so. Justin followed the original Chimera account, but not the new one that had more subscribers. And he would message occasionally. And I'm like, you could just follow this new account. No, never. It was like we got one shot to get Justin to follow something, and it's an account that's deactive and doesn't even work. And I'm like, that.
Well, thank goodness the social media person on Instagram now, so maybe you could reach out to her and be like, "Hey,
that's true. She owes me a couple of accounts." Yeah, she owes me a couple of favors here. Let's go look at JKR Manager. I'm gonna unfollow you, Chase. Oh, good. You are following me. I followed you back. That's exciting.
Well, now that we got that pissing contest over,
I was worried. Guys, one of the first times I met Chase, I asked him to follow me on Instagram, and he said he would, and I was like, cool, that's great. And I got home from the weekend, and at the time I had like 600 subscribers or followers, and I was like, I messaged Chase, I was like, hey buddy, any chance I can get that follow? And you're like, already did, friend.
Yeah.
I think my response was something like, oh, I'm so sorry. It was hard to keep track of my hundreds of followers.
You know what? That's funny. I do remember that. Holy shit. Dude, that was like 7 years ago now.
I have very little shame when it comes to asking for followers. So
no, Arvin, it's been Molly. It's been Molly lately.
Oh yeah, it's Molly now. Justin doesn't answer that stuff anymore. And Summer doesn't either anymore. I don't think. It's just Molly, right? Basically.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's not me. It's not me.
That's why the responses aren't as friendly as they used to be, if we're being honest.
Because it's Molly now, yeah.
She's kind of short, much like her stature. She's very short with her
She's just a little person.
She's a little person. She's so tiny.
Speaking of which, that little person comes to town soon and hanging out with me at the facility for a whole week,
Yeah.
aka doing her job. But
Oof, that's
yeah,
tough though.
I know I'm gonna have
That's
to make her
tough.
like wake up with me at like 6 a.m. every day.
Buddy, I'm telling
Get
you right
started.
now, if you tried to pull that bullshit with me, I would just quit. I'd be like, absolutely not. I will roll in when I am I will be like Gandalf. A wizard arrives precisely when he intends to.
Yeah, no. She gets to be up at 6 a.m. with me and get started.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Justin's
but
over
she's
here.
gonna get Starbucks bought for her every
Not
morning.
worth
Like it's
it.
gonna be a whole pampered thing for her.
Not worth it. Nope. But you know what? I'm glad y'all get that bonding experience. And I'm glad I get to hear about it later from her, how she had to get up early with Chase because he's a morning
She's gonna go to
person.
baseball games through the week. Trust me, she's gonna have a blast. It's worth it.
Yeah, she'll survive, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's a homestand next week when she's here. So she's like, "Can we go to a bunch of games?" I'm like, "We can go all week. I don't care."
I love it.
Except Thursday, apparently, because I'm here.
Ashley said we wanted to roast her Facebook page, and I'm allowing it to happen. Don't play games, Ashley. This when Chase and I get bored.
You know
on
what?
here
We're gonna wait. We're gonna
occasionally-
wait for Ashley's episode, and then we can bring on things with her.
Yes, like pull it up and be like, explain yourself here.
I think that's the
Ashley.
best. That's the best idea.
Ashley, do you have any associations with the Communist Party? Explain yourself. It's D-Day. This is what we're supposed to be doing.
I
right?
like how she's working super hard
Hey,
to keep this going, and you're roasting her already.
yes, that's what I do. I have been told occasionally that my roasting verges very close to bullying and that I should be nicer to people. I was not nicer to the person that said that to me in the message. We, Molly and I, when we did the March Madness thing and we were roasting people's pictures, one of the people messaged me and let me know that I should be nicer to people that take their time to send pictures. And I was like,
they asked,
buddy.
like, people were asking to get roasted though for some of those.
That
they
was
missed
my
it,
point.
I guess.
I just responded and I was like, maybe next time if you don't want to get roasted, don't send a picture with snake shit in the background.
See, I never want to make someone feel bad, but if someone wants their photos roasted, I'm all in. Like, please.
Yeah.
I would love to like roast, snake photos that they want roasted or rate my setup.
Yeah, right. That is one thing I will say. And that person brought that up, and I did say they are correct on that. Like, we did not initially intend to roast pictures. It wasn't until people sent in questionable pictures that the roasting started. And maybe did I insinuate that somebody's room was painted in a pale green color that made it look like they wanted to kill themselves? Yes. Yes, I insinuated that.
I remember that.
Yes.
Just because it was. Wow.
Did I insinuate that? Yes. Yes, I directly said that. But it was said out of jest and fun. And I told the person I was really sorry. And next time, if they didn't want to participate, don't send pictures of rooms that are painted in that color green.
Buddy,
it verged on victim shaming.
That's so bad. Someone just reaches out. That's my kid's color. We have that. That's our dining room. Well,
oh my God. Jason says, yeah, still waiting for the next. Yeah. So we didn't do it this year, but Chris from Epic Style said he's going to help me out for 2026. So we're going to do another March Madness thing in 2026. It'll be very similar, big setup. And since Molly decided to go to the dark side, she won't be helping this time, but Chris will, so we'll be good.
You know what? That was so fun to watch with you guys doing that. That was actually a lot of fun because
I'm gonna be honest,
we hadn't really had something like that.
Yeah, I think that was peak Molly and Patrick. I'm gonna be honest, that was a good time. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Maybe we'll have Molly on as a guest for that episode. We'll see. We'll see.
She could only be so lucky.
To say the least. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So what else is going on this weekend, my man?
I was actually trying to think.
Yeah.
It's been a slow week for clutches. It kills me when I get into a slow week where like I'm just waiting on girls to lay. Yeah. I had a nice clutch today, but it was just an ODYB Dreamsicle.
That's an interesting one right now. Dreamsicle stuff. It's funny how we say that now, right? Like, just this or just that. When, a few years ago, that's a crazy animal, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I still love it. I was excited about it, but
but it's not. Yeah,
it's not like I'm trying to shoot for like the crazy shots with what I'm making there. Like it's just stuff that I really enjoy. I love it, but it's not the stuff that I'm like, oh, I have like a 1 in 16th chance to get this one animal, and I need this one animal. So
yeah, Dreamsicle has very much so become a bill paying project. It's a consistent seller. It's not crazy high value, but it sells well, and because and I'm gonna say it's kind of a dead end project, and I don't mean that like in an overly negative way. There's just they all kind of start looking similar once you start stacking 4 and 5 genes in there. They just do. And so yeah, it's become that. Like you said, there's not a lot of like, oh my god, this is crazy right now. We kind of know what they're all going to look like at this point. You know?
Yeah,
and it's just varying levels of orange, and then as they get older, like they kind of yellow out a little bit. But
yeah, I'm definitely mixing like sunset stuff in with it though, because I did like the sunset lav, and it's just taking it different routes and just gonna keep playing with that and doing it for years to come. That's the nice thing.
Yeah, for sure. Dreamsicle without scram. What? Who?
Which one? Just Ryan above Jason there. Dude, shooting my shots this year.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, it's one of those that's like no matter what, yeah, that's gonna be great. No matter what, DG Monsoon is gonna be great. I mean, those are just like the easy ones. Like you just want to see it.
Yeah, yeah. I have clutches on the ground, not for the visuals, but just project stuff for that, for the DG Xanthic Monsoon. And then my first clutch of the season is going to hatch next week or the week after, and it is DG Xanthic Monsoon Pied stuff, something like that. Yeah, so just I actually really liked the Monsoon Pied. It did exactly what I was hoping it would do.
I was surprised by it.
Yeah, it made me very happy. And so it made me really happy that I got Pied mixed into the Monsoon stuff early. It was one of the first pairings I did was DG Pied to some Monsoon stuff. So I'm really excited. VPI, not TSK.
Yeah, VPI. I saw what you did there, Patrick.
Yeah. We need to spread the word. Black Xanthic makes it sound fancy.
It's both. It's both.
It's both at the same time. Yeah, VPI for us as well. Yeah, this week, did I talk about hognoses last week? I can't remember. I got my first clutch of hognoses for the year. Okay.
Yes, the first clutch.
Incubating those at room temp. This is a new thing for me. Or at the building temp. Yeah, so I was talking to a bunch of people, and a lot of people incubate at like 81, 82, 83, but I was talking to some like real old school breeders, and they said they've seen people incubate all the way down to like 76. So we keep our building at set at 79, and it fluctuates between 78 and 80. So I'm just going to incubate them on a shelf at room temp in the building, and we'll see what happens.
That's crazy to think about. Yeah,
I know it's very strange, but we'll just see how it goes.
Okay. Slight tirade.
Yeah.
Is it ever kind of funny to think about like with us with ball pythons? Like, no, we got to get in the incubator. Vermiculite's got to be perfect. We got to get that Preston seal on. Everything's got to be perfect. Other species, you're like, you know what? I'm just going to wing this one. I want to try this new method. We'll just see what happens.
I think we have dialed in ball pythons so tightly that we know those windows so perfectly, and we've been doing it for both of us like a decade plus now, that it's just because of that we have our system. We're like, we know that if we do this, we're gonna have at least a 96% hatch rate and blah 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 blah, right?
Whereas you still have the people that'll cut at like 45 days and say that they can see exactly what morphs are in there when they don't even have color on them yet.
Yeah,
but you're gonna cut every egg open. It's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. I agree. Yeah. It is funny. If this works with the hogs for this season, I will. This will probably be what I just do going forward because it's easy. I mean, it really.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's kind of awesome if you can't do that. I wish we could do that with ball pythons. Just
wouldn't it be great?
Just box on the shelf.
I'm not gonna say who, but there is a very large scale breeder that up until a couple years ago, literally just jacked the temperature up in his building to 89, and literally incubated in the aisles. Like
that sounds exhausting.
Incredible. He had pretty high production. Charlie, I'm here. Start over.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes, I'm glad Charlie's here now.
Yeah, we can do that now. What was the pairing on Hognoses? It is a Anaconda Sable Het Extreme Red Albino paired to an Arctic Extreme Red Albino Het Sable. So in theory, I can make Arctic Anaconda super awesome red sunburst, like so they won't yellow out. I've done this pairing 3 or 4 years in a row because they were my only Hognoses I had for a while, and they look amazing every single time. So 10 out of 10. And then
I just always like when people start talking genes for other species, like retic breeders,
and you're so
like
lost.
I'm pretty sure he's speaking Mandarin right now because I don't know what any of these words are, and they all kind of sound silly.
Dude, I was talking to Chris from Epic Style today, and he's like, "Hey, I heard you got a new snake. Like, what was it?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's a fire special, redhead, spot nose, blah 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 blah, clown head hypo." And he was like, "Yeah, so those are words." I was like, "Yes, they were. Yes, they were."
That's what it feels like, though. I'm glad other people feel that way about ball pythons because every time I start hearing like anybody else go off, I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Tracy, I love Stormcloud stuff. That'll be I'll have pairings this year for Stormcloud stuff. So I've got some Arctic Anaconda double het, like males and females to go together, and then I've got a couple of visual Stormclouds to breed. Because Stormclouds are one of my favorite morphs ever. They're just so cool. Like blue snakes are just awesome to me in general. So yeah, it's exciting. I love it. You should get some Hognoses, Chase. You don't have enough.
I mean, if they do come in blue, then I'd be interested in Hognoses.
Yeah, you should. You know what? Because I have the power to do this. Let's do go Storm Cloud Hognose. And then I'm gonna go to presenter mode. That's right. It has its own theme song. No big deal. And then I'm gonna go to share this window. And then I'm hoping that this is a good picture. Yeah, that's a good one. The picture's not as great, but it's a bluish color.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's a better looking picture.
Maybe it's because I don't have my glasses on. It looks slightly exanthic to me.
It's funny that you say that. It's sable and exanthic, and so it does have like it's a grayish blue for sure. But they look cool. They're really cool. It's like when we try and tell people lavender albinos are purple. It's a whole thing. But the end goal here. Let's see if somebody has if this picture of the anaconda is on here. So you can add a morph called Anaconda, which kind of gives it this the circular pattern, but opens it up more, so you get more of the bluish pattern.
Okay.
And then the next step you would take with this is you would take 2 anacondas together to get a super anaconda.
Yeah.
And a superconda is this like no pattern. So in my mind, all of that would be solid blue or like a bluish color.
Okay.
So that's kind of the end goal. So I have shots at those this upcoming season. So that's kind of the goal for this project for me. Yeah, right. Tracy's right. Photos don't like always do them justice. There are. So my male Stormcloud did not age great. He just kind of looks like an exanthic, like a really nice exanthic. But I've seen some Stormclouds that they hold that blue color like all the way up to full size, and they're just incredible looking. Ironically, it is very similar to lavender albino in that sense, where you get some lavender albinos that honestly just look like a nice albino, and then you get some that just have so much color and vibrant colors coming through that you're like, oh, this is incredible. Tracy said slate blue. That's the right way to describe it.
Yeah, for sure. I can see that.
Yeah. So anyway, if anybody needs a breeder male leucistic hognose, it is for sale currently on Morph Market because I did not need a breeder male because I don't have breeder females currently. It was supposed to be a female and turned out to be a male. So
don't you love when that happens?
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately I bought it from Tom, so he can't really make good on that problem anymore. So
you know what? You could own a cool snake though from Tom. So
I own a lot of cool snakes from Tom. Somebody said that to me today, and I was like, I own multiple cool snakes.
No, I know you do. I was saying someone else can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Market.
Guys, this...
I was going to say, I've been with you several times buying snakes from Tom.
Guys, it's quite possible this was the last snake that Tom missexed. Please buy now.
Charlie's making up for that missexed animal.
Thanks, buddy. Right, yes. Okay, guys, I only need 200 more. $10 donations, that is, to be clear.
This will go over swimmingly.
It's going to be good. It's not truly a Ponzi scheme, I don't think. Awesome. All right, so slow week for you. My week actually picked up a lot. I'm going to be getting an unbelievable amount of clutches over the next 2 months. So that's terrifying. Nice. Yeah. As we kind of talked about, my season's very condensed compared to y'all's. So I ultrasounded on Monday, and as of Monday, I have 77 females that are all either at 45 millimeters or above. So,
buddy, rip.
The next couple of months are going to be busy. Let's just put it that way. So,
all right, well, enjoy your all morning setting up clutches. That's another reason I do enjoy just kind of sprinkled through the entire year, because it's like, 3 clutches one day, and then maybe 1 clutch, 2 clutches during this week, the next week.
Yeah.
It kind of goes nice because I can.
No, it is nice. I'm torn because I don't know what. Well, first off, ironically, I think I produce at a similar pace to y'all seasonally. The difference is y'all have 3 to 4 times the production I do, which kind of makes sense, right? Like, so I'm going to do 100, right at 100 clutches, it looks like again. Y'all do, 200 to 300, and then I think at the other facilities sometimes y'all do a little bit more. But even if it's just 300 total, like,
no, the other facilities right at like 90 to 100 most of the time.
Right. So maybe like 400 total, then, like very, very high end.
Yeah,
it kind of makes sense, right? My whole season is in like 3 months. Y'all have like 4 of my seasons, so that kind of makes sense on some level, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway. Will, you can sort of to answer Charlie's question that you asked him and not me, but I'm going to answer. Yeah, depends on what the actual baby looks like compared to what mom is. If mom was like a het pied and you got a visual pied, you can test stuff like that, or knowing what dad was and things like that. As for like the other Partho stuff, yeah, there's a little bit more you can do, but sometimes just off of actual, like, knowing what the genes are, you can test for it.
You know what's interesting too, that we found out or we've realized is like most of the Parthos are also girls.
Yeah.
Yep. And they tend not to like. I don't want to say not thrive, because they definitely grow to adult size, but they won't produce.
They really. I have not seen.
There's just something off about them.
Yeah,
there's something off about them.
Yeah, I agree. Mom was like, I think a chocolate OD spot nose, and the baby looks like a Powerball. Well, that's probably. I mean, assuming you've never paired it to anything with spot nose,
I'd say that's
probably. Yeah, but you could also test for that. Like, you would just test for spot nose and see what comes back. Yeah.
I love how testing's just the answer now. It's beautiful.
So great. Our OD DG sister should hopefully be laying in the next month or so. That's awesome. That's fantastic. I love to hear that.
Yeah, that is amazing. I'm sorry. I was reading Charlie though. Pay me, I'll tell you it's a Partho, babe. You actually just Venmo him right now, and he'll just call you and say yes or no. He just knows. That's how good Charlie is right now.
That's how good he is right now. He is on his game, guys. He is locked in.
He's just on a high right now, and he's answering calls right now. It's like QVC over there. Shedtesting.com.
He called me earlier, and he's like, I've got so many results to input. He's like, I'll be listening late to the mic. And part of me was like, so you only listen when you have results?
I was going to say,
that's kind of hurtful.
Well, I've got nothing else to do but work, so I might as well listen to these two.
Oh, I got it. I love it. Oh, but I'll test for Het Puzzle. If she means not Partho. If no Het Puzzle, then Partho. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's also the other. Yeah, there's ways to get around testing.
But fingers crossed for Het Puzzle.
Yeah, seriously.
Hope that works out for you.
I do think Partho happens a lot more than people realize.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah,
more.
weirdly, we've had like 5 or 6 already this year.
Reach Out Reptiles had a Partho girl laying a clutch. Interesting.
Huh.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's retics though, right?
I was gonna ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking more ball pythons, and that's not just trying to be nitpicky. That's just like other reptile species, like almost only reproduce through Partho. Obviously, retics are not one of those species, but I know that other species, Partho females can lay and do stuff. Just I've never, and I, to be fair, I should say I've never known a confirmed Partho female to lay eggs. Right? We could have Partho females that do.
We're going off of our data sample of one. Just us.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, but it happens a lot. It happens a lot more than people realize. So it's a thing, and that's another reason when you kind of get questionable results in a clutch, like we always, immediately go to, let's just test some stuff and see how this goes down.
Yep.
So it works. Wilmer Rose said he had 2 or 3 Partho girls give good clutches, but all were Mojave. Mostly interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I trust Will. So if he says he's done it, then there you go. That answers that question.
Now a Georgian.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a part of the Bob's Balls empire.
The Georgia Collective.
The Georgia. What's funny is Canova's not in the Georgia Collective. What I've heard.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, y'all are too cool.
We're like the 45th best breeder in Georgia. We're working our way up.
No, it's good. You need to.
Yeah, we're just clawing our way to the top down here.
Super dwarfs, in theory, have better genetics. Inbred ball pythons are more likely to have bad things double. Yeah. 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 I mean,
that kind of came off with a little bit of a slight against ball pythons, but I wasn't going to say it. But yeah, those inbred ball pythons.
Yeah, maybe our ball pythons would fit in really well in Alabama, but that's not the point. To our Alabama listeners, I was making a sister and cousin loving joke, just in case y'all weren't sure.
I hope you guys are offended.
Yeah, please be offended. I in my ivory tower of living in Virginia think I am better than you. Anyway, please send your hate mail to Gainesville, Georgia. Has Will moved yet? I don't know for sure.
Pretty sure he's down here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. So
yeah, he escaped the Great White North pretty fast. It seemed like.
Yeah. Well,
he was ready to be down here.
No comment.
Happy to have him.
Yeah. Well, that's fair. Who was more second cousin, sister, wives, Bama or West Virginia? Oh, Bama. West Virginia is just straight cousins. Like West Virginia is its own special set of weird. Don't worry. I'm just gonna piss off all the states tonight. Let's just go.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's go. Anyway,
you might as well start roasting pictures next,
guys. If y'all send pictures to, you know what? Honestly, mine or Chase's Instagram, we will roast them. Don't fret. We will do it.
We will put a folder together.
It's true. All right. I think we've touched on some good topics tonight. There's aside from we're still in the lull, guys, but like clutches are coming hot and heavy for me. Stuff's about to start hatching on the 20th, I think is the first.
I'm cutting a bunch of clutches this week, so
okay. Yeah, so we're gonna have some stuff to report back and talk about some cool animals. Yeah.
Touch base on.
It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna reach out to Herb Time and see if we can get him on sometime in the next month or so.
Yes, yeah, we should definitely get Herb Time back on, and then Molly will be here hanging out with us.
Yeah,
next
so
week.
We'll try and get a couple of guests here and there just to
yeah, we can bring Molly's energy, and she can say how evil I was, where I keep making her wake up early and go work out, and
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Bullshit. Yeah, it's such bullshit. All right, on all of these fantastic revelations and another week as we march towards episode 100. Chase, how can people get a hold of you?
JKRMGR on Instagram, Canova everywhere else.
I love it. Yeah. Or reptiles everywhere, my friends. Please go like, subscribe. You know the gig. We will see y'all next week. Have a great and fantastic weekend. We love you all. Thanks, guys.
Guys, thank you.